Morning, everyone. Ivan Fairhall, Managing Director of Pivotal Metals, just coming on to share some more results from Horden Lake. It's the 6th of June, 2024, and very positive news indeed. Two more holes released. These are really important holes. They form a key pillar of the upside potential of the Horden Lake project, which, as we know, is completely open at depth. So I'll just share my screen and we can take a quick look at some of the results. So, like we said in the news release here, these two holes are the first step out holes, meaning they were drilled below the deepest previous drilling in the area. And in both cases, we've intersected high-grade zones, and they're really important. And that and the resource model did not predict. It didn't have the density of drilling to predict that they would extend to this area. So we're looking, what we need to do is show continuity of those high-grade zones down plunge, and that's exactly what we've seen here on these results. So just taking a little look at the map, where were the holes? You can see where we've drilled them there, the red dots, down plunge and below previous drilling. It's important to highlight here that this drilling is still very shallow, 230 meters vertical, and that's less than half the depth that drilling has been defined, sort of mineralization in the central deposit. So kind of reinforces how substantial the upside on the deposit here. Every time we drill down plunge, we're finding really good mineralization, and that's going to allow us to the potential to extend the resource and make it larger. So the results themselves, both good high-grade sections. They sit within wide zones of mineralization, but we see those good, thick, higher-grade sections, 7.2 meters at 1.56% copper equivalent, 11 meters at 1.4%. And you can read into the detail. You can see that there's even higher grades that sit in narrow sections beyond that. So 2 to 3% copper equivalent. So good grades, chunky intersections, and yeah, that's what we're looking for, economic type grades in this part of the deposit. So just taking a little look at the long section, you can see here what we mean, a little bit more detail about step out. You've got wide gaps around these holes. So this is a real hole 97 in particular, really steps out down, it infills a gap. And same here on 96, and where we're seeing those high grades, it allows us to interpolate them down. Before, I'll show you a little bit on the cross section here. Before we'd interpreted a mineralized boundary down here, but there was a paucity of drilling that didn't allow the high grades to extend. So the red blob here, you see, that's the 28 million tons. So what we're now seeing, I believe, is good economic grades of mineralization, and I expect when the resource gets updated, it will grow down plunge, we'll join up those things, and we'll be able to enlarge the resource. So make the project bigger, more tons at good grade. That means more value. And don't forget too that we're assaying for all the elements. Once again, we're seeing really fairly substantial platinum, palladium, cobalt, gold, silver. So cobalt, platinum, and palladium, they're not even cobalt, platinum, and silver, I should say, they're not even included in the equivalent calculation. The gold, palladium, cobalt, platinum, none of those, silver, none of those existed. None of those were assayed for in this part of the deposit. So just having the ability to bring more metal into the project, it lifts the economic value, and yeah, it just sort of means more upside. So just thinking about where we go forward, there's still lots more holes to release. The green ones, you can see on the plan, they're all still holes to release, 28 to go, almost 6,000 meters. It's a combination of infill to add continuity, tons, byproduct credits in and around the deposit that we've already been defined, and then more of these down plunge extensions, showing where the mineralization extends, and then layering on top of that the downhole geophysics to demonstrate the potential for quite substantial upside beyond this drill program as we look below the drilling and generate more targets to grow the resource over time. So lots for shareholders to look forward to, and we're really looking forward to sharing the results with you as they come available. Thanks.